here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in. You guys got fat while everybody starved on the street. It's my turn.
Now rocking with Trenches Politics TV. Stay tuned. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss nothing. Thank you, everybody. Rocking with the Trenches, and the Trenches rocking with you. Well, today, NBA YoungBoy former affiliate OTS Lil Pap takes plea deal in murder case. NBA YoungBoy's former affiliate OTS Lil Pap has accepted a plea deal in connection to a murder that authorities say sparked a long-standing feud with another local crew. According to the advocate, Lil Pap, real name DeAndre Fields, stood accused of killing fellow Baton Rouge, Louisiana artist G Money in September 2017. Oh, so this the dude that is supposed to kill the dude G Money. NBA YoungBoy was close friends with G Money and once performed with his label Top Boy Gorilla TBG. However, the two fell out when YoungBoy struck out on his own to launch his own Never Broke Again imprint. Wow. So things escalated when G Money, real name Garrett Burton, released a song that contained despairing lyrics about YoungBoy's sister. Authorities in East Baton Rouge claimed that the rift escalated from a rap feud to a years-long all-out gang war, sparked by G's murder. Damn, so that's what sparked it up. Prosecutors representing the East Baton Rouge Parish District Attorney stated on Monday, January 23rd, that the subsequent killings even interrupted their case against OTS Lil Pap as a key witness to G Money's killing. He was arrested on an unrelated second-degree murder charge in July 2020. Damn. So he was just out here wilding out. So this arrest created a serious issue to the successful trial of DeAndre Fields, as the state's eyewitness has been indicated for a homicide himself. Damn. So imagine you the eyewitness and you being indicted for a homicide yourself. District Attorney Hiller Moore said in a statement there was no other direct information outside of some circumstantial evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Fields was responsible for this homicide. Lil Pap, who formerly went by the AKA nickname NBA Lil Pap, was originally indicted under second-degree murder charges and was scheduled to go to trial this week. He was facing a mandatory life sentence if found guilty. Wow. So you ready to just crash all out. That's what it seems like. But instead, he pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of accessory after the fact of murder, under a new indictment that listed that he was simply in the car with a group of people that included G Money's killer. Authority alleged Lil Pap also assisted the shooter afterwards. Moore said that his office had no choice but to offer the plea deal, as it would have been nearly impossible for them to prove Pap was the actual perpetrator. But under the circumstances, the state was not in any other position but to resolve this matter under these circumstances. He added, "My office has discussed these issues with Mr. Burton's family prior to accepting this plea deal." OTS Lil Pap was sentenced to 5 years in prison, which he will serve concurrently with the 3-year sentence he received last year after being convicted on a federal weapons charge. He lucked up. The 28-year-old maintained his innocence even as he appeared in court to enter the plea deal. However, when prosecutors pointed out that he could not plead guilty and continued to claim he was innocent, Lil Pap stated, "It's in my best interest to accept the plea." Aside from his relationship with the victim G Money, NBA YoungBoy was not implicated in OTS Lil Pap's case in any way. Wow, straight soldier. G Money's mom speaks out after NBA Lil Pap was sentenced to 5 years. She says, "Good morning, guys. Let me clear this up. We went to court yesterday and no one was charged with G Money's murder. The guy was charged with accessory to second-degree murder after the fact. We never got a shooter, but with the guy I have in me, he don't sleep. He set high and look low. Shooter, if you still out there, may God have mercy on your soul, because that guy wasn't a killer. Y'all be blessed and have a great day. Just like I told the DA, God will never leave me or forsake me. The Burden family will get justice, and that's on G. Wow. She sound like a real strong mom. Been through something, but strong. But to understand a little bit more about NBA Pat, you got to dig in and understand a little bit more about his history. Music insiders have long speculated about the widespread impacts of an ongoing feud between the two Baton Rouge rappers and their associates. Some of those rumors were confirmed Friday when Baton Rouge police announced that an associate of NBA YoungBoy has been arrested in the 2017 shooting, death of G Money, 22. The two rappers grew up together in Baton Rouge and both gained national recognition for their music, though one would have his career cut short while the other has continued to perform. DeAndre Fields, 24 of the New Roads, is now accused of killing G Money, whose real name was Garrett Burden, in September 2017. Baton Rouge police spokesman Sergeant L. John McKinney Jr. said Fields was arrested Friday and faces one count of second-degree murder, almost 2 years after the shooting that left Burden dead in a parking lot outside his music studio on Dallas Drive. Damn. He's a loose screw. The arrest comes less than a month after the deadly shootout in Miami involving NBA YoungBoy's entourage. Authorities are investigating whether that incident is also tied to the long-standing feud. Fields' arrest warrant sheds light on what started the beef. Burden released a song that contained derogatory lyrics about NBA YoungBoy's sister. NBA YoungBoy, whose real name is Kentrell Gordon, responded with a social media post, and then the dissing escalated from there. Burden said in an August 2017 interview with the blog Say Cheese TV that Gordon had got the big hit after some success and the two probably would never make music together, in part because of the drama involving Gordon's sister. Burden also acknowledged in the interview that sometimes rappers seek out criminal activity to gain attention from fans. He was killed the following month. Damn. So pretty much all this came behind NBA YoungBoy's sister? Wow. That's crazy. But check this out. Days prior to Burden's death, both Burden and Golden made several social media posts about one another, which further escalated tensions between the two rival rap music groups. Detectives wrote in the warrant, when Burden was killed, members of the NBA group were immediately developed as suspects due to the ongoing rap music feud. Police interviewed Fields on September 13th, 2017, 3 days after Burden's death, and he recounted telling his mother to leave their home because he feared retaliation. He said he left Baton Rouge with his mother and son and went to New Roads after Burden was killed. He also told detectives he drove to Hammond to get gas on the night of September 10, 2017, according to the warrant. Detectives later obtained Fields' phone records, which showed he was not in Hammond the night of Burden's death, but was actually in Baton Rouge. Damn. When police asked Fields who among his friends would shoot people for the NBA group, he replied, "To be honest, me." He also referred to the problems in the streets. Detectives found shell casings about 1 month later on Jefferson Avenue that matched those collected at the scene of Burden's death. According to the warrant, authorities believe Fields arranged to rid himself of the firearm that killed Garrett Burden by giving it to another group of people who lived on Jefferson Avenue. Fields' phone call records indicate he called members of that group in the hours after Burden's death. Gun violence has continued to follow members of both Burden's and Golden's parties, through authorities having pointed to explicit connection between the shootings and several cases remaining unsolved. So pretty much he went on like a killing spree after he was identified as a suspect. Then Garden agent Desmond Dump Hartnett was shot and killed in May 2018. No suspects have been identified in that case. Then another local rapper, Boulevard Quick, was shot to death just months later in November 2018. Authorities have said they're investigating whether he was targeted because of his affiliation with Burden. Both were members of TBG Guerrilla Gang, which is also the name of their record label. Wow. Shit, crazy. Gordon, who was 19 at the time, who was held in East Baton Rouge jail while authorities probe whether he's the man seen in a social media video making violent threats, which would constitute a violation of his probation conditions in 2016 non-fatal shooting case. The judge's decision to have him detained came several days after the shooting outside a Miami hotel that involved Gordon and his girlfriend, who was shot in the shoulder. Authorities said gunmen opened fire on Gordon's group and legally armed members of his entourage returned fire, resulting in the death of a bystander, a Hertz rental car employee who was leaving work on Mother's Day when he got caught in the crossfire. The same judge will decide at a June 21st hearing whether to revoke Gordon's probation in the 2016 shooting, which would send him to prison for 10 years. Damn. So that's pretty much the backstory of NBA Lil Pap and NBA